Right, we'll do Alexia the Nuts there.
Yeah.
He's won his last 3 races. Took him to Wincanton last Monday. He's absolutely brilliant. Just looking at him now, we could nearly have a little away day again, but we may just trust ourselves. He looked hard fit. His form stands up to anybody's in the race, I'd say, and pulls quite hard, goes well from the front. So it'll be. I don't know if we've even got a jockey yet. Have we, Joe?
What's wrong with O'Brien? Has he got something else?
Well, yeah, but the first jockey, Harry Coppins rode 3 times.
Right, okay.
I'm sure he will ride for Paul Nichols for 90% sure of that. For sure. I don't, you know, we don't worry about what we're doing, not what if jockeys can't ride for us, that's fine. You fully understand that. So here you go, that's the first race of the first day. Slate House, you can see he's a bit big there. He'll probably end up at, he needs a good run anyway, but he probably end up Aintree type of horse. He was a good Aintree sort of horse last year, but he did break a bone in the back of his knee. Most of the summer stood in a stable. That's why he's slower getting going now. He had 2 months stood in the stable, and that always hangs on him. It takes forever to get them back to what they were. Mr. Malarkey, you know, he's been a revelation over fences. He just a nice hurdler, up to 120 last year. Now he's 148, isn't he? So he's good enough to run in any. He's good enough to run in RSA. You know, Robbie Power thought he was flat out at Ascot the other day, but the times were, you know, the times were fast. I thought it was good ground at Ascot. Hopefully the ground won't be quite so good as that at Cheltenham. I hope it'll be softer. He has jumped very well. He's a thorough stayer.
Are you leaning towards the RSA then?
The owners will be, if we just, you always got to find, you know, Cheltenham Festival, all the big Irish jockeys will almost certainly be riding for Ireland. It's just difficult because they're like professional amateurs. In England, the amateurs are definitely amateurs. There's a big, you know, it's a novice as well, so we want this horse for a bit longer. So all those things come into play. The jockeys definitely. We had exactly the same conversation when Native River was going. You know, we thought he was definitely slow and had to go into 4-miler. 4-miler, then Manello Rocco won it, and he came second in the Gold Cup the next year, didn't he? Native River's gone on and won a Gold Cup, so the 4-miler, people say it's easier race. I don't think it is. I think some very good horses will run in the 4-miler and go on and be damn good 3-milers next year. So I don't think there's much in it. And if it came down to jockeys, I'm sure the owners would want to have a top professional on. And there's this Vision to Flow. It's been a lovely horse. We couldn't, if he hadn't unseated Tom Scudamore false last in his first novice chase, I'm sure he'd been chasing now. But one there, we just sort of decided he's only 5 at the time. We're running all the big 2-mile hurdles to 2.5 anyway, and then see where we are. Yesterday, you know, he found his easiest race yesterday.
It's a good performance though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. He travelled supremely well, didn't he? If the second horse could, you know, that could possibly been in the champion hurdle if, on different circumstances anyway. He travels well enough to go on a 2-miler. I'm sure the champion hurdle will be run at a frantic pace. We won't be afraid of running him on the pace. But we're, you know, it's 4 or 5 at least, if not more, better, higher rated. And he'll probably be one of the, you know, he's 12 to 1 already for the Carl. So it's something we don't need to decide today anyway. Something to think about.
Slate House that goes to Cheltenham, what race would there be?
He's in the 2 mile and the 2.5.
Have you seen the Arkle favourites come out this morning at Joseph O'Brien's horse?
Is it?
Yeah.
You know, horses start coming out. You know, and I know that every day for the next 2 weeks, there's going to be horses coming out. Always happens. I don't know. I don't think Slate House is. I think he'll end up going to Newbury on Saturday, and then we'll see where we are. What is that? That's Russian Doyon, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, there's a Russian Doyon. Probably not quite up to open class, but 2.5 mile novice. That's the New Coast Brothers. Oh, when he's out on the first day, then he's also in something else, isn't he? What is he out on? Oh, he's in this one. Oh, yeah, he's in the Coast Brothers. Yeah, well, he's won 3 chases this year, or is it 2? 2. He hit the first at Cheltenham when we went there. He's a beautiful horse. You know, he's a good herder. Looking at him there, that's as best and big and strong as I've ever seen him. He's growing still. He's still on the improve. That's a Russian Doyle.
You sound quite sweet on you.
He's been a good boy, but he's 2.5 miles around Cheltenham. You know, he's a handicap, isn't it? So it's going to be a very close handicap. It's only going to be £6 from top to bottom. That's a beautiful chap. What else have we got here then?
Ultra Gold.
Yeah, Ultra Gold. We've had this brainwave this week, but we might run him in the cross country. It seemed a quite good prep race for one of those other ones last year, didn't it? So we've run him at Cheltenham for the last 2 or 3 years, and although he hasn't done it, he's run quite well, and it's been a good prep for him to go on to Aintree. Whether that's just coincidence or not, but we thought we'd go on and run him at Cheltenham. So he's in the Ultima, and tomorrow he's going to be put in the cross country. We will definitely take him up and school him, because I just think he's a better chance of winning the cross country than he would the Ultima. And then we're going to go on and run him in the Grand National. He will be in the Topham as well, but if he gets in the Grand National, that's where he'll run. Tried him over Warwick the other day, over 3 miles 6, and he stayed on. He was fine. There wasn't an issue on his stamina. And he's so much better over the national fences that you know what, we got to have a go at it.
But would he'd be ready to sort of go to win at Cheltenham? Cheltenham just want to be a prep, would it, for Aintree, or would he be helped?
Well, yeah, he's ready to run now. You know, it's obviously a fortnight's time. He'll run on there on his merits. Whether he's good enough nowadays to win an Ultima, I don't know about that.
You wouldn't be worried about leaving the National at Cheltenham?
No, I don't know. It doesn't worry us at all. I think it's proved that we've had a lovely Aintree the last few years. We've run almost all of them at Cheltenham. So I think it's a good prep. You shouldn't really call Cheltenham a prep.
Simon, what is he saying?
They don't have, you know, if they're not good enough, they lose their position, they can come on in, can't they? There's a right timing for it. I think it's the right timing as well. In the spring, on spring ground, it's not like running in hot deep ground in January and December, where you probably need longer. I think Cheltenham is ideally set up now for Aintree. Which one's that then? Molyneux, isn't it?
Joe?
Molyneux. Yeah, he got beat on Friday. I couldn't believe it. When the fog, they had 4 out, he moved up behind Captain Cadistock. I thought when they come out of the fog, he's going to be 5 lengths clear, but he wasn't. He's going to be entered this weekend in 2 races at Newbury, because he probably won't get in at Cheltenham off a 132. He might go up £2. He probably wouldn't get in by £3 or £4. So we don't want to leave everything to Cheltenham and not get in. And it probably wouldn't hurt him anyway. He's that type. Hasn't hurt Vision to Flow racing 3 times in a month. And sometimes this time of year on better ground you can do it. So he'll probably run a weekend.
No.
then go on to Aintree. Well, that's the idea. If he wins there, it gets us in, doesn't it? Yes. And if he comes out of the race fine, we'll go there. It's nice. It is our Olympics. There's no good if he's fitting well. There's no good thing with him in the stable. This is Russian Hawk. He got beat at Ascot the other day. You know, he looked as though I think he's a fantastic looking horse for chasing next year. He's done nothing wrong. He's only rated 133. I would run him in Albert Bartlett, but owners will be quite keen on having a go at the handicap, the Sandown on the Saturday before. Sort of according to what the going conditions are.
What does he want?
Well, he wants a stamina test. 2.5 round there on good ground won't be enough. I think he's an out-and-out stayer. And
is that the EBF final?
Yes. Yeah. If it comes up soft or heavy there, he can go there. But if it's going to be just real good ground, he'd have a better chance to run into a place than Albert Bartlett. He's on the improve. He's a lovely big horse. Wouldn't we ran Native River in the Albert Bartlett, and Brendan Powell was our first jockey there, and I said, "Don't pull him up, mind Brendan. Keep him going." And 2 pulled up in front of him. He finished 9th of 10. It didn't do him any harm, did it? So, yeah, but this is a lovely young horse, and we won the race last year, so we'd like to try and have a go at it again this year. Russian Hawk. This is Joe Bell, the next jockey. Trying to get on the telly. Leah. What are we waiting for now then? Is Lost in Translation. Yeah, he's one of the favourites, isn't he, for a 2.5 mile race. I keep looking over the fence thinking I should have had him in the 3 miler, but when entries went in, he was so good over 2.5, it's fine. But his second to Hobbs McManus horse, that was his lovely form. But you know, he's just a lovely chaser, and he's got form around Cheltenham. I'm sure they go to pace, so he can jump off pretty handy. You only got to look at him. He's a big, strong horse. Hopefully, whatever we do this year, we can have him as a Go Cup horse next year. I think that's what he is. More of a stamina than speed. But this is
that what beat you at Sandown then? Just that little bit of speed?
Oh, I think it did. Barry Garrity sat behind us and just come and done us for speed going to the last, didn't he? Nothing. He won't have that. That won't happen at Cheltenham because there will be other horses in the race. That was a 4-horse race, and in the end, really, it was a 2-horse race. You have a Cheltenham where there's 15 or 20 in it, the pace will be twice as much. So hopefully the staminas are kicking a bit more. So, yeah, lovely horse for the future. It's Lost in Translation. Half mile enormous at Aintree, you know, yeah, it's what chase?
Yeah, it's 2.5 mile and a 3 mile.
Fox Norton, slipping under the radar a little bit. I thought he ran a lovely race at Aintree, Ascot the other day. Just jumped a bit flat, so we had to do it last year. Sometimes he has a little bit of back trouble, so he had to have a little bit of medication in his pelvis. All perfectly legal. So
does he go for the Ryanair?
Yeah, we go Ryanair unless we would leave him in anyway. Yeah, it all hinges around Altior, doesn't it? So it's if Altior's still in, we'll probably do the Ryanair. If Altior's fighting everything off, we got the option for every option, to be fair. So we very nearly won a champion chase after finishing 3rd at Newbury the year before, the year when the favourite didn't run his race, did he? Everyone was fighting off that year. So we're going to keep the door open. It's Sometimes the door's open for different reasons.
And will he come on again from the other runners because he had a long time off?
Yeah, well, his second back, wasn't it? He's much more calmer. You know, he's full of himself first time out. Second time he ran a proper race. You know, he's only been a couple of lengths by waiting patiently. Was some of that form was as good as. So he'll go there for one or either.
How do you see him trip-wise, ideally, Colin?
I think he's more of a 2.5 miler. But Champion Chase will be equivalent, won't it? It's all about pace and stamina will kick in the end on that race. Ground-wise, I think he's better on softer ground. Yeah, we've had all this weather. It could be, plenty of time for the weather to change, and we have a nice wet Cheltenham. I think it'll suit everybody. This is Master Debonair. Won the Cheltenham, second at Cheltenham this year. In bumpers, purposely held him back because he's had 3 bumpers. He want to do it. He can have a 3 this spring again. His dam came second to Annie Power in the mayor's race at Cheltenham. He's just well bred. He's won 2 of his 3 bumpers. The owner wanted to cash him in and kept a bit of him, and we've got other owners in now. So he was there. He was very good in a gallop at Wincanton as well. He won't need to do any more. He's done his work now. Take him there for champion bumper.
What ground would he want?
Well, he won in the spring. He won up at as early doors to know what he would really want.
Yeah.
You know, he's won on autumn ground, so at Cheltenham, so it couldn't have been too bad. Spring ground would be fine. I don't know. He's quite a fast horse. No, you know, he's not a big one, but the one beside him is Cyrus Darius. That's one of the biggest horses in training, so it might make him look a bit small there. But he's got a form in the bag. He has. Whether it's good enough is anyone's guess. We've always aimed at the crowds, haven't we, a bit? So we might do that. He's in 2 races for that very reason, anyway.
He's brought with a big reputation. Well, a bit of a reputation.
Yeah. Well, this here is West Approach. You know, he's a decent horse, and he's been second to Emma's horse the last twice. He was, you know, in chasing, he was just frightened himself over fences. Not that he would jump badly, because he was a bit afraid he would jump too high and lose ground over hurdles. Twice we've had a go at Paisley Park, isn't it? Quite close to Mascot, and at Cheltenham, not quite so close, but we did beat the rest. He's been second the last twice. So,
Absolutely tanked with that Ascot.
yeah, well, that is a very important. I'm glad you said that, because we had this idea that he doesn't want to be in a crowd. I don't really agree with that. So next time we're going to find out where Paisley Park is in the race at Cheltenham and sit on his tail. When Paisley Park goes through, we can go through. We've been in front of him 4 or 5 lanes the last twice, and he's come on and done us properly for stamina. So if we ever get our chance of doing it in a race, it'd be lovely just to sit and watch it race develop and bring him later on. Although you look at him here, he looks like an old-fashioned type. He's got plenty of pace for a 3-miler. If we could just cover him up a bit and save a bit out for later on, we'd have a chance. West Approach.
Just Cyrus Darius, we missed him. Colin,
Oh yeah, Cyrus Darius. Yeah, been a disappointment since we've had him. He's in still because he's entered, but he had ulcers. He's a big, strong horse. And then next time we look at him, he was not so big. Then he got lean on us, so we checked him for ulcers, and he had ulcers. So there's a good excuse on the last time. So he's entered this weekend. If the ground's safe enough, he might have a run just to see where we are. But Cyrus Darius has got very good form. a very good horse actually, but he's getting older. We'll have a go at some festivals with him, just in case we get him right again. This one here is Kilbrick and Storm. Bit of a forgotten horse, but he was very good up at against things at Lexington Sound and Master Debonair in Native River. He was, for a 3-miler, he was right up beside of him. He was brilliant. Yeah, we were good novice chasing this year, and he was all right first time out. Then second time out, he didn't run no sort of race. Done the splits, got the last. I had trouble there. Had 6 weeks off.
Has it been a battle to get him back, or?
No, since we started back, it's been straightforward. We done because he had 6 weeks off. We done 6 weeks of twice a day, which so that means he's back on pardon. That's my theory. He's had a Wincanton gallop. People couldn't grab his performance at Cheltenham, but you know he won it quite easily. The Arbit Bartlett last year.
It's a good race now with OK Corral and Sansini behind you.
Yeah, they all were, weren't they? And he was good at Wincanton. Well, we took 6 up there, and he was the one you take out of it. Is surprisingly how well he went.
Is that because of his profile, it being a 3-mile hurdle?
Well, yeah, he's taken on 2 milers, a 2-mile round Wincanton, and he very nearly beat them. And he was good afterwards as well. He came out with that gallop fresh as a button. He's in lovely form.
He's got the sort of credentials for the stairs, so hasn't he? He's tall.
He's done it before, hasn't he? And he backed it up at Punchestown, so it was, you know, it's not just a one-off. I know you might have had the run of the race last year, but staying races, there is a bit more time in them. It's not like the 2 miles or 2.5 when it's all bunched up and going flat out. The stamina races, you can get whatever position you want, really. So,
is he another that a jockey needs to be sort of decided later on, or?
Well, we can get who we can.